Okay, my friends, today we're staying in the 50s and we're going to cover this Muscle Builder article from January 55. I have quite a few of these. I really like the old Muscle Builders. That's Art Zeller on the cover. He just happened to be on the cover. The article is about Leroy Colbert. I did do an arm training video January of last year, I believe it was. Here it is, 51.5-inch chest. Oh, that's expanded. It mentions in the course of the video. 51.5 was the expanded size. His just standing there, normal was like 48.5. Charles A. Smith, I think, was a great author, and he did a lot of muscle builder articles. One cool thing about it, most of the Charles A. Smith articles in that era was they came with a lot of cool illustrations. Anywho, here's Leroy. This picture is actually from the arm article, and he does this kind of interesting little thing where he brings his arm all the way back, and I think that's in order to hit the entire bicep, even where it ties into the shoulder. Anyway, you see here Sig Klein's comment to Joe Weider about a picture that he had taken had seen of Leroy and how complete his development was, even as he was only 21 years old. There he is with his wife. They owned, I believe, a couple vitamin shops in New York City in his heyday. And he was very big into vitamins. And DHEA was one of the things he said he used as like a testosterone substitute, the builder. And you see, Sig Klein, for him to make that comment, and he worked with the greatest people in the era. So for him to be so impressed with Leroy. And here he is on his motorcycle. He did have a horrible motorcycle accident, which pretty much put an end to his bodybuilding career, unfortunately. Who knows, how far he could have gone. But, when he started out as a kid training, 10-inch arm, 10-inch bicep, 32-inch chest, and just stuck to the basics and did it really hard. There he is with, as shown, with that huge chest, big arms, big rib cage, as again was kind of the norm in those days. One thing that you'll see here is that he didn't do the 20 rep squats and the high rep really light pullovers. He did do the pullovers, but he did it with substantial weight, as you'll see. Now here he is. It's a nice color picture. I believe he's in his backyard here, just with some not crazy heavy dumbbells, but enough to get pumped up. Looks like he's just doing some incline dumbbell presses there, which is one of the exercises in the routine. And he did have some good instincts about what would work for him, as it talks about on this particular page here. So this picture is number one in the routine. But it came from elsewhere, oddly, and we're going to get into the entire. It was 7 exercises in the routine. Talks about here that he was influenced by Abe Goldberg, who owned a gym in New York, and he had some really good big rib box, as it's mentioned here. Here he is with this round the world exercise, which is kind of an unusual exercise. Where he's going, looks like he's doing a pullover, but he goes all the way back and then all the way overhead and down to the floor. So that's interesting. So here we're going to get into the exercises as laid out in this particular article. There he is again with the wide grip bench press. And, not a ton of weight here, but you don't need to. Especially when you're doing this really wide grip, and I think he was bringing it down pretty high on the chest, almost to the neck, too. There he is with the standard incline dumbbell presses, which is one of the best exercises, I think, for the chest. And most even modern YouTube guys will tell you the same thing. And in fact, some prefer it to bench presses. There he is, and I think that's Art Zeller hanging on to him. So much like Marv Eater in that last video we did, he liked the dips with extra weight, and the extra weight might often be one of his training partners. And I think he actually did train with Marv for a while. Here he is, and they call it floor dips, which obviously is nothing more than a push-up, except it looks like he's got a wooden little platform with some kind of handles that he's gripping, and he's got his feet elevated, obviously. There he is with the standard bent arm laterals, which most of us call flies these days. I always like this exercise too. This is just on a flat bench. And there is the bent arm pullovers. You know, for bent arm pullovers, that's a decent amount of weight he's got on there. That looks like 185-ish, which is a pretty good amount of weight for that exercise. So it says, interestingly, the lats and the rib box. It does hit the traps really well, too, in my experience. And there's flat bench dumbbell press, which it mentions stretching the chest muscles. Yeah, you can bring the dumbbells down further to get a better stretch than you would with a barbell. So that's it. Nothing real fancy. And I think he did pretty much 3-4 sets of 8 to 12 with these, although it doesn't mention in the article. So thanks for watching. I hope if you like the video, you'll subscribe or at least hit the like. And again, thanks for watching.